Hi, I'm Christopher Walker with Postgraduate English and also with International House Bielsko-Biala. And here I am in the main Rinnick of Bielsko. It's winter, as you can see behind me. We have a Christmas tree set up. There are other Christmas trees dotted around the city and everyone's getting ready for the Christmas celebrations. In fact, today is the last day before the end of our term, so we're going to have a little break before coming back at the start of the new year. But the reason I'm making this video today is because yesterday we had a little celebration at school. It was to celebrate 10 years that I have been working here at International House Bielsko. Not just me, in fact. There was another teacher, Alan, who has also completed 10 years now. It's amazing to think that one school has two teachers who have put in so many years, so there must be something good about the place. So, 10 years, how did that happen? Well, I first joined the school in January of 2008, going back a long way. I worked for 2 years, and then I took a break for a year to go travelling. My travels took me through most of Eastern Europe and then through a lot of Western Africa. At the end of that time, I was a bit exhausted, so I came back here. Wanted something familiar, something friendly, and I found exactly that. So I've continued on since then, and I've had another 8 years at school, bringing to 10 in total. There have been good times, there have been less good times, but on the whole, I would definitely say that the good times outnumber the rest by a rather large margin. There are a lot of really positive things about the school environment here. The school itself is very supportive. When I announced I was going to do a Masters in Applied Linguistics in TESOL, the director of the school, Joanna Markiewicz-Kania, offered to sponsor me to an extent on the course, and her help has proved invaluable. The teacher training at the school is really wonderful as well. There are very few schools that I know of that have so many sessions through the year. We have one a week at the start, the first semester, and then towards the end that might drop down to one every 2 weeks, but sometimes we have extra sessions. There are also teacher training days now and again, either here or elsewhere within the IH network in Poland. And at the moment I'm studying towards the International House Certificate in Teaching Young Learners. I'll make a video about that very soon, but this is another training program provided by the school, so there's a huge amount of support there for training teachers and bringing them through. Another thing that I really like about the school where I work is that they really do seem to listen to the teachers to a large extent, especially if you've been around for more than a year and you know what's going on at the school. For example, a few years back I noticed that in the exams, the way we were teaching exams, although our students were really good at the communicative side of things, they were struggling a little bit on use of English and some of the other skills, maybe like writing and things like that. So I had some meetings with the Director of Studies and with the Director of the school, and we came to the conclusion that maybe the way that we run our exam courses should be different. And we've changed as a result. We now have 2-year exam courses where the first year kind of brings your grammar and your knowledge of English up to the level needed in the exam, and that's followed by a whole year preparing for the exam. And I like to think that the results speak for themselves. Our students have been performing a lot better since we made the change. So we're really pleased that the school listens, and that's just one example. They do really listen to their teachers, especially because they understand that we're the people in the classroom. We know what's probably going to be best for our students. We can see it for ourselves. But not every school listens. I've worked for others where they had their own way of working, and that was the only thing that mattered to them. The teacher was just a cog in a big machine. So there are a lot of things I like about the way that the school is run, but that's only a small part of my life. The administrative side, the organisational side is only 5 or 10% of what I see during the day. The most important thing to me is the students. It's really the students that have kept me at this school this long. Some of the students that I'm teaching now, I've been teaching since I first arrived at the school. There are a few in particular who have been long-term clients of the school, and I've gotten to see them really evolve and develop through their English and to grow as people. it's really wonderful, and it gives me a sense of being a part of a community here at the school. But having taught in other places, I know how difficult it can be sometimes when you have students who are not motivated, who maybe are belligerent or just difficult. And to be honest, we don't have many students like that. It's very, very rare for that to happen. What we do have are some extremely talented young people, especially young people going through the younger years up through teenage years. They come in and they amaze me, not just with the quality of their English, which is sometimes very high, but also with the way that they think. They're so good at thinking and expressing their view about the world. It's really wonderful, and it makes my life as a teacher a lot easier. We have adults at the school as well, of course, not as many as we did in the past. I think that learning language is more appealing to younger people, especially when they have school exams and the like. But the adults too, they're so warm and welcoming. They seem really genuinely interested in you as a person as well as you as a teacher. So, the way the school was run, with the training and with the development that they offer, the way that they listen to their teachers when the teachers have something good to say, and also the students. I mean, these are the real reasons that I've stayed at the school as long as I have. Now, I'm not saying that Bielsko is the perfect place to come and teach. If I'm going to make a video like this, extolling the virtues of the place, I should at least kind of raise some awareness of what could be the downsides, the drawbacks of a place like Bielsko for the prospective English teacher. And there are a few. As you probably noticed, my throat is a bit rough, my voice isn't as clear as it could be. One of the problems that we've been struggling with recently is air pollution. You breathe in a horrible amount of particulate matter sometimes. Some teachers actually do resort to wearing face masks, so that's not great. This is one of the more polluted areas within Europe, within Poland itself. There's not much you can do about it apart from take precautions. Around us though, we do have the mountains, so at the weekend you can escape to the clear, fresh air, and that's something that a lot of teachers do and they really enjoy. So there are things to kind of make the most of that. In terms of the finances, you're not going to get rich coming to Poland to teach English. The market isn't that way anymore. I don't know if it ever really was. This is not a Japan of the 90s or South Korea of the early 2000s. This is a place that people come to develop their careers as teachers. The money is good enough that you can go out to a cafe or to a pub, wherever you please, after lessons obviously. You can eat out pretty regularly, but the cost of living has seen a dramatic increase in just the time that I've been here. The school offers what I think is a generous pay package compared to what other teachers in the area get. For people moving from England and from America, it will seem like a big step down, but you have to take everything in context. Poland is not the cheap country to live in as it used to be, but it still is a hell of a lot cheaper than a lot of places I can think of. So those are two pretty big disadvantages. One other last thing that I would like to mention is that the idea of the backpack travelling English teacher, somebody who goes somewhere to see the place rather than to teach first and foremost, I think those days have gone. And I think that if you're a committed teacher, somebody who really wants to develop their career, this is a great place to come to. But if you're looking to kind of spend your mornings and afternoons out and about, and then the teaching is an afterthought, I don't know if there are any schools like that anymore, really. I know there used to be. I kind of worked for one many years ago. I didn't start work till 3. It was fantastic, whilst it lasted. But that was more than 10 years ago, because it certainly wasn't here. This is where I work. This is where I built my career. I'm very proud of the 10 years that I've had at this school, and I hope to continue on, and I hope to be meeting plenty more wonderful students in the future. So that's it. That's a little reflection on my 10 years here in Bielsko-Biala. I hope you've learned something and hope you've found something interesting about the place from this video. If you'd like to know more about the school where I work, I'll put a description of the school and its Facebook address down below the video, so you can follow that link and have a look for yourselves. If you're in the area anytime down in the south of Poland, get in touch. It'd be lovely to meet up and have a chat, have a coffee sometime, something like that. Until the next video, thank you very much. Goodbye.